Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, yesterday we started the competitive programming series and thank you for this amazing response. Many people were so excited and many of them gave some amazing solution. That basically means guys, if I continue this series, I definitely can think that you can do some amazing work. And yes, don't worry, I'll be coming up with more extreme problem statement. Today, I'll be discussing a new problem statement, but before that, a quick shout out to my subscriber for telling me about this particular tool which is called as Python Tutor. It actually is a kind of visualization tool which will actually help us to visualize our programming language, the complete programming language. This is just not in Python guys, it is in Java, it is in C, C++, JavaScript, TypeScript. This is an amazing thing because again yesterday he just sent that link in the comment box and I just checked. The main problem over here is that most of the people find difficulty in understanding recursive functions, right? Now because of this, what may happen is that they may be not able to make a track of it. Like, how did I make a track of it over here, right? Like, I was trying to make a track of it, I was trying to backtrack from a single point to the back time, right? Something like that. So this way it usually becomes a confusion for many of them, but this tool which is called as Python Tutor, okay, this tools actually helps you to see that visualization stuff, how it is being called, how it is not being called. Let me take that same example, and this video is about this particular tool that I wanted to mention. So I kept the title that an amazing visualization tool for programming language and competitive programming. Okay, so this is important. Okay, now let me copy this same code. Okay, let me paste it over here. We know that this will actually help you to find out or generate all the binary strings. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to visualize execution. And remember one thing guys, there will be a problem statement that has been told. After this, I'll be telling it. Please make sure that you watch this video till the end. That problem statement you have to solve. It will be related to binary strings only. Now let's do the visualization. Now here is the visualization over here guys. All you have to do is that this is a tool which will just do the debugging, and in the right hand side it will tell you all the information like which function is being called, which function is not being called. So it is starting from here. You can see define append bits. So if I click on next, so this is a global frame, a global function append bits. So here you can see that it is taking two parameters. Then this is the another function. Okay, so there will be another function generate underscore bits. After this, you can see that this function is basically calling generate bits, and the n value over here is 3. Okay, pretty simple way you're able to see it. Then if I click on next, it will go over here. This condition is not being going to be true, so it is going to go to the next line. If n is equal to 1, see, with the help of debugging also you'll be able to do it, but here you'll be getting some more information. Okay, if n is equal to 1, you're not going to get anything because still the n is equal to 3, right? Else you can see that this function is getting applied. Now here recursive function is being called. So here I have, so it has called generate bits n is equal to 2 because this time n minus 1 it is happening, and then again it'll go like this, and then again it will call generate underscore bits n is equal to 1. Now when the n is 1, I'm going to get 0 comma 1, so I'm just going to click on yes. So in the 6th line this is going to be true, so I'm going to get 0 comma 1. Okay, now similarly when I go and do this, it is going to call this append underscore bits. So append underscore bits, this 0, it will become 1. 0 0 means two formation of two list values will come, 0 0 and 0 1. So if I do next, so here you can see this one list. Okay, when I do next, so here you can see all the elements. So the return value is 0 0 0 1. So like this you are able to get out all the values, and like this when you continue doing all the things guys, you will be getting all the solution like this. But this is an amazing way to find out how this thing is exactly acting. And finally you can see that when I go to the last, this is amazing, right? You're getting the entire solution, right? See this, I'll just do previous. So this is the entire solution that you're getting, right? So this is pretty much amazing, a very good handy debugging tool for Python programming language. Other programming languages also supported like Java and all. So we call it as Python Tutor. Again, thanks to the person who has created this, it's amazing. And now let's come to the problem statement. Now guys, based on this similar problem statement, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give you a problem statement. Please make a note of this. This problem statement here, suppose I want the integer values, I want the binary values of 7. So we know that the binary values of 7 will be somewhere around 111. Okay. If I want the binary value of 8, it's basically 1000. Okay. So we know this, right? These are the binary values in strings. Try to make it as a string like this. Okay. This also should be like a string. I should be getting this kind of outputs. Okay. Now, suppose you have a situation, you have a problem statement, right? You have a problem statement wherein it says, okay, suppose I want to find out 7. Okay. I want to find out 7. So how many parameters will be going? See, here the first parameter that will be going is the number. So I'll say, suppose my number is 7. Okay. Then the second parameter should be going as bits. Suppose I say 3 bits. Now in this case, my 7 will be 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, right? Based on the bits. If I make this bit as 2, then it should be, sorry, if this one, 3 bits, sorry, it's if the bits is 4, okay, then it will become 0, 111. If the bits is 3, if the bits is 3, then it will become 111, right? If the bits is 2, then it is going to give me an error saying that I cannot, the program will not be able to convert it. Now similarly, if I have the bit as 8, suppose if I have the number as 8, and suppose the bits is 5, then what will be the output? It will be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. So you have to write this logic along with the exception to throw an error. Okay. At the end of the day, see, you are handling based on this particular bit value. I should make it as bits. Based on this bits value, you should be handling this. Okay. Whatever bits value you are giving, based on that, if it is 4 bits, it should be 4. And based on that, this number should get converted like this. If I give the number as 2, then it should become 0, 0, 1, 0. And in this, you also have to handle this exception. If suppose you want 7, and if suppose you are using bits is equal to 2, at that time it is not possible, right? Because at least we require 3 bits to represent 7. So this is the problem statement I want you all to solve, and just try to solve it. Just try to give the answer, and probably in the next session I'll be discussing about it. Okay, more amazing problems is going to come. Okay, so this is the problem statement that I want to give it to you for this competitive programming second tutorial series. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead, and special thanks to Python tutor and the subscriber who has actually told in my previous video. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, one and all. Bye bye.